Hello, 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 everyone. I am in this thing. It is Saturday morning. It's almost not morning, but it is morning. So we are ready to go. Oh, let me. Okay, okay. We are ready to go. Hopefully, I can hear that. That's funny. We are ready to go, and it is, yeah, it's time to learn. I guess we could just give y'all a little time to come in, and I'm gonna pour me some tea, my nurturing you tea blend. It's great for hormone balance for women. It's amazing for that. So I drink it religiously. Okay. So I'm gonna pour me some tea while I wait for you guys to come in. Today we are learning all about how the nervous system connects to the male reproductive system. It is extremely important to nourish your nervous system. It is literally what controls your D health. So make sure that you are focused on this live, taking notes, incorporating things, that will help you. I already started. Incorporating things that will sustain your nervous system while also boosting your male reproductive health. It's very extremely important. I'm trying to open up my notes to pay attention to your body systems and to understand them, to have some type of basic understanding of them, so that you can nourish your male reproductive system and stay hard for a lifetime. Okay. I always admire those old men that are like very good with their health, and they're very intentional. They always like cool and like got swag because they still busting it down at like 80, like 70. It's something about that, y'all. Like y'all be having confidence just based off, but do my thing works? Does my thing work? It's because my notes are here. I guess I could though. Let me try to go. Let me let the people on Instagram. It's my bad, y'all. I'm talking to my husband at the same time I'm talking to y'all. But anyways, who is backwards? Okay, so I'm gonna tell them. Oh, here it goes. That I'm on a live as well. But yeah, so um, okay, so what are we talking about? Stressed mind equals a soft penis. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Have y'all even realized that? I'm sure that's like something that you deal with and you pay attention to as a man, that when you're stressed out, like you're either your libido is low, or like hey y'all, we are live here on YouTube. We're talking about some good stuff about how the nervous system connects with your male reproductive system. So yeah, so like have y'all ever felt like, when you're stressed, your libido might be low, or you might not be able to perform as long, or you just don't feel like it's not as erect as you would like it to be, simply based off of that. So it's important to pay attention to those things and not just kind of like let it go, but understand like what's happening, what you can build upon to make sure that that doesn't happen, because who wants that? Women, we're very connected to our vagina as well, and the health of it. um I wouldn't say it's at the same level as y'all. I think it's something just like innate, like something instinctively activated in a male, in the male brain when it comes to the health of your D. But we are connected to the health of it, if that makes sense, just in a different way. So yes, if our same thing with a woman, if we are wet, if we're moist, if everything is working perfectly with that when we are aroused, then we do feel some type of confidence. If we can't have that happen, then yes, libido is down, all that other stuff. So it does go hand in hand. We're on YouTube. So y'all head over to YouTube while y'all are here, because I am gonna cut this off because I want y'all to go to YouTube for the long form. But anyways, so yes, make sure that you're just kind of like focused on that, uh paying attention to the signs. But we'll get into all of that. So first, let's start with the nervous system. Okay, let's get into the information part of it, right? So what is the nervous system? You know how like we always say like our nerves are bad or something like that. That's like a term that we always use. But what does that actually mean? Like we are actually saying something that means what it does. When your nerves are bad or if your nervous system is off, then you are stressed. When you are stressed, your nervous system is trying to balance itself. So it's focused more on making you well and balanced over the fact that you need to eat and digest your food properly, or that those nutrients need to assimilate into your body, spreading it throughout. You know what I mean? You're more focused on that. That's what your body is focused on. So what's important to do is understand how that works, right? So you have an autonomic nervous system, right? That's the name of the how things work automatically. You can hear the prefix auto, right? That's where we always know, okay, this works automatically, right? So in that branch, you have, put my band out so y'all can see, you have the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight system. And this is what we know, what we use when we need to run from something, when we're in danger. But the issue is that since we're not normally in danger based off like a wild entity coming and harming us, um, it's usually stress. It's usually in our brains. We've evolved to that particular point, right? So it's either work, it's relationships, it is inner imbalances that we feel about ourselves, right? So when that's activated, we're trying to run away. Our sympathetic nervous system is activated. And when you have that going, running continuously, your body, your brain is very good at adjusting to the fact that something is off. So your brain will adjust to the fact that I am stressed, okay? And it will make you feel like, oh, this is a normal thing. I am now used to being stressed, so therefore it is not an alert, okay? But it is definitely alert if you pay attention to the little things, okay? So it goes back to your male reproductive system. If your libido is low, it could be because of stress. If your erections are not as firm, it could be because of stress, which is your sympathetic nervous system running on full speed, because your body is not gonna work the way it's supposed to work, even though you are not consciously aware of it, right? So it's still gonna show the signs, even if you're not focused on, oh, I'm changed, I'm different, you know. So okay, yeah, I'm going to move over to YouTube. So if you want to continue, go ahead and go to YouTube. I have a link in my description on Instagram. Okay, y'all. So go to YouTube. Okay, I'll see y'all later. So if you sorry, I'm just gonna post this. Okay. So if you focus on those signs, then you'll be able to see what's actually happening even if you're not consciously aware. Okay, so that's what your sympathetic nervous system is for, is to make sure that you are good with running from danger, running from a situation, so that you can get back to balance. The issue is that we are never getting back to balance. We are never getting back to balance, so you're just running on it. Now, where you need to be, this is where your erections thrive. They thrive, they live, they're bulging, they're big, they're ready to go whenever you say. Even if it's like back to back, they're ready to go whenever you say. This is your parasympathetic nervous system, okay? It is your rest and digest. It is the place where you are able to relax and just do whatever it is that your normal body functioning wants to do. Okay, it is your arousal, it is your digestive system, it is your sleep. Like, you can't even sleep well, which is exactly what you need to do to create the testosterone to cause those erections to form. You can't even do that because you are in the other sympathetic, the fight or flight, right? The parasympathetic nervous system is what makes you feel like you're thriving, you know. If you focus on the signs, and then you notice that you're in the fight or flight mode, and then you start to adjust to the parasympathetic mode or the rest and digest, you will see how like amazing, you feel how much things are benefiting you, how much this space is benefiting you, and how good it feels, like I am very conscious of that, of how I feel when I'm stressed. And when I feel it, I act on it. So I didn't always do that because of course we're not really taught that. We're kind of taught to like power through or just like ignore. But meditation is amazing for this. Let's say you're not a meditating person or whatever, right? Read a book. Let's say you don't read books. Put on some light music, not words. Like you guys don't know like classical or like jazz. I specifically put jazz in my short videos because it is relaxing. It's speaking to your subconscious. I never use like TikTok sounds or popular sounds because it's not relaxing. I know I'm speaking to your subconscious in the background of the video by relaxing your and activating your parasympathetic nervous system. The nervous system is so cool. I'm gonna tell the my broadcast channel. If you're not on Instagram, go to Instagram. I have a broadcast channel that you can just join. It's free. You can just join, and I give different tips, like natural tips or stuff, to the broadcast channel. Like, for example, I shared about sunscreen. I shared the UV index, like stuff like that. So if you are not on Instagram, or if you are on Instagram, join the broadcast channel so you can get like some extra info. I am live on YouTube. I'm telling them, talking about the nervous system. But yeah, so let me I want to take a picture. Okay, wait. Where you at? Okay. But yes. So when it comes to just knowing showing those signs, paying attention to those signs, and focusing on where you are, you will do wonders. You will do wonders for your male reproductive health. Chronic stress, which we talked about, just going full speed ahead, it destroys. It destroys the health that you might have once felt like in late teens, let's say like 18, 19. That's usually when your testosterone peaks. Early 20s. We just having fun. We just playing around. You don't have the stress of what comes with when you get older, like relationships or just work or bills, whatever it is, marriage, kids. You don't have that. So you are naturally in your parasympathetic nervous system, right? You're naturally there. Whereas when you get older and you have those stressors and you're constantly under it, you're constantly in the sympathetic. That is literally why the nervous system and the reproductive system are joined. On that alone, I say this a lot, but it's very important for us to like pay attention to this. A lot of your issues, everyone's, but specifically men, when it comes to herbs and which ones that you do want to take, I hesitate when people ask, okay, which is the best for me? Because it could be that your nervous system is shot. And it might not just be, okay, well, let me just like force blood to flow. Like, for example, with my blood flow tea, well, no, that's good for stress. So let's talk about like yohimbe, cayenne. That's in my primal surge blend. That is very good for blood flow and like getting you ready, like, whoo, let's go. But if it's your nervous system, you can benefit from it, of course, but the root issue is your nervous system is messed up, and so you want to hit the root before you try to force the blood to flow. It's still not going to work for you like you want it to, right? So, but if you realize that, okay, it's my nervous system, this is also a very key component to my male health, then you're able to focus on that and say, okay, well, am I stressed? Okay, well, let me add adaptogens to my regimen. Okay. And it could be food, like foods are adaptogens, like mushrooms and stuff like that. And we'll get into this later. Or it could be herbs, like herbs are great adaptogens. I think I have, no, I don't have an adaptogen in this tea. But we'll talk about adaptogens in a bit. Poor sleep. Poor sleep is what makes you, let's go red flags to look for. Poor sleep is what makes you get into that space where you're constantly in your sympathetic nervous system. Your sleep is top tier. I don't like saying stuff is more important than the other, but like if you don't sleep, you guys, your nerves will be shot, your food will not digest correctly, even if you're eating healthy. Okay. So even if you do meditate and you don't sleep, your nerves gonna be bad. So sleep is so important. When I need sleep, I like to run around a lot. Like I like to fill my day with lots of things, right? It makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel productive. And I think we all have various levels of this where we feel this way. But oh my gosh, when it comes to sleep, I don't mince sleep. Okay. Even if sometimes I wish I didn't have to sleep so I could do more things. But I don't cut that because it's very important to regulate your nervous system because that's what helps your hormones to flow, and your hormones are extremely important when it comes to your health. Extremely important, not just for women. Hormones rule the body. The insulin is a hormone. Okay, insulin is a hormone. Glycogen is a hormone. uh Let me say the things that you guys, cortisol, the things that we always hear, testosterone. That's why it's so important to eat the healthy fats, because that's why fats aren't bad. You need the healthy fats because those are the things that make those hormones. They help build them. Healthy fats are what build hormones. So hormones rule the body, and sleep is key when it comes to building the hormones, to regulating your body processes, the parasympathetic nervous system to work as it should work, all those things. So make sure to get your sleep. How much sleep to get? 7 to 9 hours. Keep it in your brain. Make sure that you're getting that done. 7 to 9 hours every night. You should be in a deep sleep. You should be in REM sleep. That's when your body is working as hard as it can. It is doing the things that it needs to do. It is in a dream state. You should be experiencing all of these things because that is when your body is repairing itself. That is when it's doing all of the things it needs to do to keep flowing so that you can be at your peak performance throughout the day and at night when you're in the bedroom, okay? Or in the day when you're in the bedroom. So, red flags to look for, okay? So, morning wood disappearing because as I went back to sleep, okay? Sleep is important. That you have a body process. Oh, okay. A body process of nocturnal tumescence. That's when your body is like building the testosterone. It has like the bell curve, right? It's going up and it's going a little down. Then it goes, oh, your testosterone is peaking. This is all happening during your sleep. It's that important. So morning wood is basically when it's peaking and you're like, wow, I'm waking up, I'm ready to go. And that's exactly what it should be. Testosterone is at its peak in the morning. That is exactly what you need to create those heart erections. Okay. Delayed or weak orgasms, it should be strong. That's why I'm gonna make a video about this right now when I finish, and I'm gonna post it in a few minutes. About how you can make your semen strong and fertile. It's extremely important. You guys remain fertile for life for a reason. So you want to keep that high. You don't want to succumb to, oh, well, this happened to my dad and this happened, or to my friends. This is happening to my friends. So this is what I should be okay with. I should settle for, you know what I mean? Or my dad or my granddad, whatever. No, because it doesn't have to be. It's just accepted mediocrity. Okay? It's accepted mediocrity for us to start breaking down at 30. That's insane. I don't understand the breakdown at 30 thing. I never thought it was a thing, but it's really become like a group thought process that, oh, at 30, this is what you start breaking down at 30. Does your body start to I don't say degrade, but lose its at 30, it starts at 20, actually. It's like as soon as we get to the point where we're adults, we start to fade. Okay, like the skin starts to fade at 20, your testosterone, estrogen for women starts to fade at 30. Yes, things start to fade, but to accept it, no, we have too much knowledge. Like me, you being here with me. We have too much knowledge that we can share with one another, that we can research to keep ourselves up and going. I don't know why my iPad, my notes over here. But anyways, also if you want to look for performance anxiety, because performance anxiety is your nerves, right? It's your nerve system being shot. It's makes you have any type of anxious anxiety. It's nerves, even if it's connected to your brain or whatever. It's nerves. You don't want to have that nervous energy about anything, especially when it comes to performance in the bedroom. Okay, that's a red flag to mention. To pay attention to. Restlessness, fatigue, not being able to breathe, like like not a full breath. That's all nervous system issues. All right, that you want to look for to make sure that it's balanced. The nervous system is balanced, and so that your male reproductive system can thrive. Thrive is the goal. Always the goal. Health is the goal. Thriving is the goal. I saw this one podcast about this dude. He was expressing how people have issues with doctors, and they're like, well, my doctor didn't tell me this or that. And so he's like, well, the doctor did tell you to lose weight. The doctor did tell you to get those stress levels down. The doctor did tell you this or that when you went to a checkup. And that's very true. We tend to ignore the little things, right? Most people in America, I think it's like 70% of America is overweight. So as we look around, we do see that most people are overweight. So it is kind of a norm, right? Well, that is what you need to focus on to make sure that even your nervous system is good, especially your male reproductive health is good, right? So you want to look for all of these, you want to listen to these things that are around you, and even the things that the doctor are telling you, so you don't end up at 40. Hopefully not 40, but 50, 60. That's when men start really dealing with erectile dysfunction in the 50s. I get a lot of, I didn't see the comments. My bad. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Applied Ascension. But that's where we really, y'all really start getting messages about, okay, I'm dealing with erectile dysfunction. What do I do? Like 50s, sometimes 40s, even sometimes like late 20s and 30s, because it depends on y'all's composition. So if your nervous system is like a huge part of who you are and you're stressed at 29, you could be dealing with erectile dysfunction, and then it makes you feel like less than. And it's sad. When I read it, it's sad. I'm so emotional. I really am like a crybaby. But anyways, it makes me sad to read, because who wants to deal with that when they're a man and they're young and nobody wants to deal with that. That's crazy. And it's just because we don't know. We're not in tune with our bodies. We're not really teaching one another, or we're not taught as we are, as kids. My husband and I have 6 kids, and we're like very particular in like teaching them how to be healthy, like drinking their water. And there's certain like practices I tell them, like count to 5 when like little stuff like that. We just didn't learn it as children. So we're not able to apply it as easily because we don't know that that's what we're supposed to do. And so that's what's happening with you guys being young, dealing with erectile dysfunction. And I even see, unfortunately, people like making fun of it. Unfortunately, this is why I do what I do, y'all. I try to make it fun, and I try to make like all sexy and stuff, because that catches y'all's eye. And I mean, it's fun. It's fun for women, like to be sexy, and men like to look at it, right? So it's just a fun thing. But I'm very particular in giving y'all information, because I see a lot on social media, you guys being made fun of as men, and men make fun of women too for like reproductive issues. So like women will make fun of men for reproductive issues, like, well, he can't do this and he can't do that because and then the men will do the same. So I can't say it's not both ways, but it is kind of women talk to women, and it's easier for us to talk about it even publicly. But I don't see many men, if ever. And if y'all do talk about it with one another, it's like one video or something. I'm making my entire thing about y'all. So that's why, because it's a need. So, anyways, those are the red flags. Those are the red flags to look for. Now, what you can do to support both systems, or do I have that? It's funny, I've been thinking more about how to balance stamina as someone who hasn't been having sex. Energy protection. Okay, that's probably a different subject though. Regulation is very important. Yes, yes, yes. And even abstinence can be good for male reproductive health and the nervous system. You know what I'm saying? So both systems, abstinence can be great for that, because I mean, if you're not married, then it gets rid of all of these things. Honestly, I don't know how y'all deal with us as women. Because we are crazy. I would be stressed. As a man too, being with women sometimes, because we can be crazy. I can be crazy too. So, anyways, yes. So let's talk about how to support them. Let's talk about how to support these body systems. Okay, here we go. Breath work. So when I talk about like meditation, when I talk about yoga, counting to 5, shoot, all of these things will work to make us relax. Breathing. I think I did that on my last live. Like, I was showing you guys how to breathe, like how you breathe in, you hold it, and then you breathe out. And just breath. Breath alone will calm your nervous system. Okay. It's so cool. It's easy. It doesn't take any time, and it works wonders. Breathing does. Okay. Cold showers. I'm not a cold shower person, but I think that comes along with being a woman, because we like burning hot showers. I think that's so funny that that's like actually true. But cold showers can help regulate your nervous system. That sun, oh my gosh, y'all, the sun, it's amazing for boosting your mood. It's also great for creating vitamin D. I used to think that vitamin D came from the sun and we're absorbing it. No, your body is absorbing the UVB rays, and then your body makes vitamin D. So from that, it's able to do that. So sun, excellent for regulating your nervous system. Have you ever just like been out? Like, I go for walks just in the sun, just so my nerves can be calm, and it's great. It's great. Fasting is great for regulating not just your nervous system, but also every system in your body. I always recommend that you talk to your doctor or whatever that you need to do, because fasting is different for different people, or however it is that you make sure that you're healthy, you stay healthy when you make changes. But fasting is great for regulating your nervous system, your digestive system, which is very intricately connected to your nervous system. Make sure that you are fasting. I'm going to start doing OMAD. That's 1 meal a day next Monday for the next for 2 weeks. No, for 6 weeks. Okay. I split in my head from August. But anyways, for 6 weeks, I'm going to do OMAD, and that's a form of fasting. So I'm just going to eat 1 meal a day in the evening, and for the let's say it's at 6 or whatever, and then I won't eat again till 6 the next day. And that's a way to cleanse your body and support your nervous system, your digestive system. You could also do like a 2-day fast or 3-day fast. That usually, I think, 3, it's at 72 hours where autophagy starts, and that's basically when your cells are just like renewing themselves, like completely. And you're just like, I am a new being. You know what I mean? So you can do that. Fasting is great. Fasting is great. So okay, let's get into foods and herbs. So foods that help to regulate your nervous system. Avocados, these are like healthy fats. Healthy fats are great for the nervous system. So you want to think avocado, wild caught salmon. Shower in the dark. Okay. Shower in the dark. I always apply the essential here on YouTube. He said shower in the dark because I always shower in the dark. It is calming. I don't even like light. The only time I'm under like an actual real light is when I'm recording. I all day long we use sunlight, but my house is well lit. But all day long we use sunlight, and then at nighttime we kind of chilling, so they're low lights. But yes, dark is great. I love that. Okay, yes. So back to what can the foods. So wild caught salmon, avocados, dark chocolate is so good for the nervous system. It helps to relax. I always take a piece of dark chocolate at the nighttime. Nighttime, I can be a bit more stressed because I'm trying to wrap up my day. Dark chocolate is great for that. I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of Bach flowers? Bach flowers is great. The only thing about Bach flowers is that it does need to. You could come up. You could research it yourself and figure out which ones that you need. But it's better to have a consultation. And I will be starting consultation soon. But because I know them, so I will be able to tell you which one you are. But basically, it's like a personality. Like a flower is attached to your personality. And that particular flower will help to regulate you, or that particular flower. So I am vervain. I'm the personality of vervain, and I take these drops. I have it there, but I don't have to get this and show y'all. But they're like little drops that you can take, and they're made with spring water. And it's basically I want to call it a tincture, kind of like. It's not really because it's not an herb, but yeah, they help to regulate your nervous system, which is literally so key. If you pay attention when it comes to allopathic, so that's like regular doctor, like medical doctor, and holistic, which is like me, everyone always talks about your mental health, your stress, those systems being regulated before things can really kind of take off. Okay, that's always a key component, no matter who you're talking to. Stress is a huge part of what manifests disease. It manifests, okay? Okay, so let's get into the herbs. My favorite. I love herbs so much. Okay, ashwagandha. You guys know ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is tried and true. It's everywhere. It's because it is an adaptogen. Ashwagandha, black maca. Great for your nervous system. Adaptogens adapts to what your body needs emotionally. There it is, emotionally, mentally. Okay, so that therefore you can be calm, you can be relaxed, you can live the life that you're meant to live without all the stress. Adaptogens, ashwagandha and black maca. That's why I put it. Actually, I have like all of the herbs in my stiff and strong blend. I have all of the herbs in there that helps regulate your nervous system. Tangarali, black maca, and ashwagandha. That is the blend for my stiff and strong blend for that reason and many others. Tangarali is excellent with nourishing the male body. Excellent with nourishing the male body. It is one of my favorites because of that. And because of what it means, the name literally means walking stick of a champion. So it's just, okay, you can tell what it is through the name. Another herb is Damiana. I have it here, actually. I talked about it yesterday in my video, in my short video. I have a TikTok and YouTube here simultaneously. But anyways, Damiana is one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, y'all, it smells so good. It is great for the nervous system. Excellent for the nervous system. It's in my blood flow tea because of that. Blood flow tea is it's simultaneously. It's to hit everything. So your blood, your nervous system, your heart. It's to hit all of those things, and so that's why that is in that blend. Obsessed. Damiana, ashwagandha, black maca, tangarali, all things that are adaptogens. Holy basil. I love holy basil. Great. It's in my fat melting tea. So it's the tea to take before you go to bed. And that's why, because it helps you sleep. It helps you to relax. Honestly, blue pea flower as well. I don't have that right here. Is it here? Oh no, this is my high blood pressure. Is this it? No, this is my chill vibe tea. Lemon balm. So good, y'all. Lemon balm. It's in my chill vibe tea. Excellent. But what I was saying about blue pea flower, you can literally It looks like, you know, in Black Panther, when they make the blue liquid for him to turn into Black Panther, it looks just like that. And I swear it does that, because I just be like, wait, what? I feel so good. It's so good. I feel so great drinking that tea. Oh, you've been looking at Bach flowers. Yes, Bach flowers are great. Great. I love Bach flowers. I used to always take the Rescue Remedy, Remedy Bach flowers when you're really stressed, when it's over the top. Um, that's what Rescue Remedy is for. It's a mixture of a few Bach flowers that really targets your nervous system. It literally targets your nervous system. Bach flowers are excellent. So let's go through Bach flowers are great. Lemon balm, which is in my chill vibes tea. Damiana is great for nervous system. It's in my blood flow tea, my famous blood flow tea. It is what I'm known for as a blood flow tea. Ashwagandha, excellent. Tangadali, black maca. All right. Support your body systems as a whole, and you'll be able to experience health at its peak. You know, instead of what we think is healthy, but it's really, you're really sick. You just don't know it because you never experienced being healthy. You know, that type of thing. You don't have to do that. More you know, the more you grow. And I will wrap this up here. I'm so glad you guys are here with me, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for our last Testosterone Tuesday, and then we will start a new series. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.